Okay, good afternoon, good day, everyone. I'll be discussing the second part of our lesson for the topic under understanding marketing management. So on your screen, you will see the slide containing the core marketing concepts. Okay, so I'll enumerate them all first, then I'll discuss briefly each of the concepts. First, we have the needs, wants, and demands. Okay. We also have target markets, positioning, and segmentation. We also have offerings and brands, marketing channels, paid, owned, and earned media, impression and engagement, value and satisfaction, supply chain, competition, and marketing environment. Okay, just so for your info, this marketing concepts, you will encounter this from time to time. So I suggest that you familiarize yourselves with them, especially at this point in time. Some of these concepts you should be you should be familiar now. So if not yet, I suggest you listen very carefully so you won't have any confusion when you encounter them in our succeeding lessons. Okay, so let's first discuss the first concept about needs, wants, and demands. So let us differentiate needs from wants and demands. Of course, when we talk about needs, they refer to the basic human requirements such as food, water, clothing, and shelter. When we talk about wants, wants are actually needs that became wants because they are directed to specific objects that might satisfy the need. And demands only for their part are wants for specific products backed by an ability to pay. So nagsisimula ka muna from needs, nagiging want, and nagiging demand. An example of that would be if you're hungry, you may need food, of course. Okay, so that's a basic need. But you want rice and steak for your lunch or dinner. Okay, so the need becomes a want. But but remember that not all or not everyone can actually afford a steak. So that becomes demand now. So that's how different needs from wants and from demand. Okay, so there are five types of needs. Okay, the first one, stated needs. This refer to when the customer wants an inexpensive car. Okay, so for example, you go to a showroom and you want to buy a new car, you will and you have limited budget. Of course, you will tell the agent that I have limited budget. I want an inexpensive car. Okay, you're stating your needs. But when we say real needs, okay, so you want a car whose operating cost, not initial price, is low. Okay, so what do we mean by real? It means going deeper into what you really need. Okay, next is the unstated needs. Of course, when you go to a showroom, you will not state that you expect good service from the agent you're talking to. But definitely, it's a given. Okay, you expect good service from the dealer or from the agent. The next one will be delight needs. So if you purchase a new car and that includes an onboard GPS navigation system, then you are delighted as a customer. Remember, as marketers, it may be easy to satisfy the needs, wants, and demands of your customers. But okay, your end goal, okay, you're ultimately you would want to delight your customers because delighting your customers can give you a competitive advantage. Okay, next will be secret needs. Okay, secret needs. Why did you purchase a car? Yeah, probably you will say that you need um something, okay, to travel from to work. Okay. But the aside from that, okay, you're not stating them, but you would want your friends or family acquaintances or family members, okay, to see you as being a savvy customer, okay, or someone who knows the latest trend, who is at par with the latest trend. Okay, so that's what you mean by secret needs. You don't just state them, okay, but you have parang sinasabi natin hidden agenda or hidden need that you want to fulfill. It may be internal, of course, kasi nga secret nga. Only you can actually identify what that need is. Okay? Second one will be target markets, positioning, and segmentation. Okay, so when we say target markets, alam na natin to paulit-ulit na natin dinidiscuss. Okay, as a marketer, what is your first task? You first identify the various market segments. Okay? Ano itong mga segments na to? We talk about demographic, psychographic, and behavioral um, segmentation among your prospective buyers. Okay, and then you decide which present the greatest opportunities. Ito na yung ngayon yung target market nyo. Okay, so for each, okay, you as a marketer or the firm develops a market offering, okay, that it positions in the minds of the target buyers as delivering some key benefits. So when you identify your target markets, you come up with an offering that positions, okay, itself in the minds of the consumers whom you targeted using market segmentation, either by their demographic, psychographic, or behavioral characteristics. Okay, the next one will be offerings and brands. Okay, when we say offerings, let's talk about value proposition muna. Okay, a value proposition is a set of benefits that satisfy needs. Okay, so the intangible, okay, value proposition is made physical. Okay, you're proposing a value to your customer. Okay, so how can you make it physical? Kasi value na sinasabi mo is intangible pa at that point in time. You make it physical by an offering. Okay, which can be a combination of a product or services or information, experiences, the previous what is marketed, the topic that we have discussed. Okay, a, a brand. Okay, what is the connection of brand to offerings? Okay, of course, a brand is an offering from a known source. Okay, so ibig sabihin, parang product lang yan, nilagay nyo ng name, it becomes a brand. Okay, so when you offer something, okay, you use that brand because you have a name. Okay, you are known. Okay, um your customers know you. They identify you as being separate from your competitors. Okay, next will be marketing channels. By the way, before I move to marketing channels, note that all companies strive to build a brand image with as many strong, okay, favorable, and unique brand associations as possible. Okay, but so when we say marketing channels, okay, there are three kinds of marketing channels. The first one would be the communication channels. Okay, so these are the channels that you will use to deliver your marketing messages to your potential customers. Examples of these channels, of course, would be television, radio, magazines, newspapers, billboards, web pages, direct mails, and email. Okay, the next kind of marketing channel will be distribution channels. Okay, this will be the channels that you will use to deliver your products. Examples will be retailers, wholesalers, and websites with sales capabilities. The next one will be service channels. Okay, service channels aid companies in carrying out business transactions. Examples of this will be banks, okay, warehouses. If you're a manufacturer and you don't have a warehouse, okay, you rent a warehouse to store your products. Insurers, okay, you get insurance for your products. And transportation companies, how do you intend to deliver your products from that warehouse, okay, that you rented until to the buyer, to your direct customers, or to your distribution channel. Okay, so those are what we call service channels. The next one will be paid, owned, and earned media. Okay, this is I hope you have a background. I'm not sure if all of you have a background about what do we mean by paid media, owned media, earned media. Okay, let's focus deeper into this topic because as you know, in this difficult time, okay, companies most of the companies actually resort to digital marketing. Okay, so it's important for you as marketers to identify or to differentiate what is the difference between owned media and paid media or earned media, and what are the differences among these three. First, let's talk about paid media. Okay, when we say paid media, okay, this is um this is just paid advertising. Ibig sabihin, um, you display your ads sa Facebook, sa Instagram, okay, sa Twitter, okay, sa Lazada, okay, sa Shopee. because you paid for them. Okay? Hindi mo naman ma-display yan if you won't pay the the provider, okay? The website owner. Okay, so that's what you mean by paid media in digital marketing. Okay, we're talking about digital marketing in media types here. Okay, so influencers, if you will notice, I'm sure lahat kayo merong sinusubscribe na channel, okay, for YouTube. Okay, so an influencer sa YouTube, if you will notice, okay, they market different products and services. Most Mostly, not unless talagang organic siya na yung celebrity or yung influencer really loves the product, okay, most of them are paid. Okay, so you as a product manager or a brand manager for specific um, shoe brand, for example, you will get in touch with the influencer and you will discuss the terms, how much will you charge me if I ask you to promote my product in your channel, etc. Okay, so that's what you mean by paid media. Okay, next will be owned media. Ito yung web properties ng company. Example will be the website. For example, McDonald's, they have a Facebook page. They also have a website for deliveries. I think they also have a corporate website. So these are their properties. Ibig sabihin, kanila to. Okay? Sila yung nag-invest dito and they operate this web properties. Sometimes they hire third-party agencies to operate this for them, especially for Facebook pages. It depends. It depends upon the decision of the marketer. Okay, but mostly they own this. They own media. Like for example, ABS-CBN before they were shut down. Okay, how do they actually market their celebrities? They use their web properties. They use their channel, diba, to market their celebrities or to market their events or to market their ideas. Okay, so yun yung sinasabi natin owned media. It can be a website, a mobile site, a content, a blog, okay, or basta social media channel. Okay? Next will be earned media. Okay, earned media, ito na yung sinasabi nating word of mouth. Okay? So, how many shares, how many likes, how many mentions ang nakuha ng ad mo? Okay, so yun yung earned media. How many retweets, how many reviews, how many recommendations did you get for posting that ad? Okay, so yun yung tinatawag nating earned media. Ibig sabihin, nag-produce na. Okay, fruits of your labor, parang ganon, earned media. And let's talk about this aspect. Okay, the most important thing that you need to remember is that you need to know how to use owned, earned, and paid media for a comprehensive strategy. Okay, this part here, okay, SEO and brand content drive earned media, sharing, and traffic. What do we mean by SEO? SEO stands for search engine optimization. If you're not familiar with SEO, but you probably have seen this acronym before, okay, this is a type of strategy that writers or bloggers actually use, okay, to encourage readers or users, internet users, to drive users to the web page, to their company web page. So, ibig sabihin, example, if I write an SEO, how does SEO actually happen? For example, you want to search Google for the latest trend and you want to purchase a new phone. Okay, so what are the keywords? We call those yung mga ginagamit yung word to search field ng Google, keywords. Okay, ano yung keywords? Most often used keywords na ginagamit when searching about this particular product. Okay, so yung keywords na yon, Google has it. Okay, you have to pay for something to know the keyword for your particular product, for your particular service. Okay, so when you get, example, ako yung writer, okay, when I get access to those keywords, okay, gagamitin ko siya for my SEO article. Example, the most often keywords used for best places to retire. Okay, so probably kung ikaw si consumer, the normal words to type in the search field will be best resorts to retire. Okay, so I will make use of that phrase, best resorts to retire, dun sa article ko, okay, dun sa content, dun sa blog ko.
Okay, why? Because it moves up that article. It promotes that article na kapag naghanap ka, posibleng makita mo yung article ko, then you will visit my page. Okay, so that's how SEO actually works. Okay? So it is very important that you know the keywords. Hindi lang kasi pwedeng gumawa ka ng magandang article for a specific ng blog, okay, for a specific, what is the difference pala between a blog and an article? Okay, so a blog mostly refers to the opinions or based on facts pa rin naman, okay? But mostly shorter than articles. Okay? Shorter in terms of the number of words. It can range from 300 to 500 or 600 words to blogs. Pag sinabi mong articles, medyo longer na. And mostly based on facts na siya talaga. Okay? So, malalaman mo naman yan pag binasa mo yung two articles sa isang contest, sa isang web page. Okay? So, that's what you mean by SEO. So, one of the most hindi naman mistakes, okay, common tendencies ng writers is parang yung SEO nagiging nawawala na yung personal touch, di ba? Sa kagustuhan mong gamitin lahat ng keywords, pagpipilitan mo maisama siya dun sa article mo. Okay, dito papasok ngayon yung sinasabi natin, SEO and brand content. Why? Because important yung brand content mo to go hand in hand with your SEO para hindi naman mawala yung connection mo talaga with the customers. Okay? Minsan kasi, di ba, I'm not sure if you notice this, pag nagbabasa kayo ng mga articles, minsan paulit-ulit nakakainis. Yun yung parang sobrang dami ng ginawang, sobrang high SEO na, okay, para mag-rank higher sa Google list na mag-a-appear na article, pero nawawala na yung excitement. Okay? Nawawala na yung positive response ng reader. Okay? So that's why you should be careful of that. Next will be gaining more exposure to web properties with SEO and PPC. Okay, so what do we mean by PPC? PPC stands for pay-per-click. Okay, so ibig sabihin, how can you gain more exposure? As I mentioned kanina, diba? Kaya ka nga gumawa ng article to gain more exposure. Okay, the moment na nag-click dun sa article, diba, sa search page ng Google, nag-appear yung list ng article. The moment na yung si user nag-click dun, more exposure na for your web page, for your web property. Okay, so yun nga kasi yung function ni SEO. Okay? And pay-per-click, ibig sabihin, sometimes nagko-convert na siya. Pag nag-click ka na, okay, you call that conversion. Later on, we will discuss that. Okay? Minsan kasi may call to action na pinapunta mo na siya sa web page mo, nandun na si user, nakita na niya yung mga what you are offering, and then that's the time that the pay-per-click will happen. Okay? And finally, prepare sharing and engagement with paid promotion. Well, obviously, your purpose, kaya ka nga nagbabayad, is para maraming mag-share ng content mo, para maraming mag-engage sa content mo. Kasi it will be fruitless, it will be, it will not be a worthy investment kung nagbayad ka nga ng napakalaki, less naman yung engagement and sharing. Okay, but remember important lang hindi lang sinishare yung content. Okay, you yourselves, you will experience, you're experiencing this, di ba? When you post something and somebody shares, di ba you have this feeling na, ay, na-share, okay? O hindi yun yung ay na-share na naparinig, okay? Yung parang natutuwa ka na ay na-share kasi nga na-share yung post mo. So it makes you feel, parang may na-convince. The same goes for marketers, okay? So the greater number of shares, the better. Okay? The greater number of engagement, the better. Okay? So let's go back. Yun yung tinatawag nating paid, owned, and earned media. Let's talk about impression and engagement. Okay, so pag sinabi natin impression and engagement, okay, there are three screens to reach consumers. The first one, TV, via internet, or via mobile. Okay, so when do impressions occur? Okay, impressions actually occur when consumers view a communication. Okay, so the number of times your content has been displayed to an online audience. Okay, so impressions can be organic. Okay, when we say organic impression, it's non-paid. Ibig sabihin, hindi mo binayaran pero nagkaroon ng chance si user na ma-view yung communication or yung advertising mo. Okay, paid, obviously, it's paid and viral. Okay, what happens sa viral? Viral can be a result of an organic impression or a paid impression. What do we mean by that? If it is an organic impression, okay, So maraming consumers yung naka-view ng communication mo, maraming nagkagusto, may nag-share. So it becomes viral without you having to pay for that. The other one naman, ganun din naman, you paid for it, naging effective din, okay, and then nagkaroon din ng sharing, it becomes viral. Which one is better? Of course, the organic. Kaya nga laging pag sinasabi, organic impression yan. Ibig sabihin, natutuwa kasi as a marketer kasi wala kang ini-spend na money, pero nagkakaroon ka ng organic conversion, organic impression. Non-paid, you did not pay for it. Okay? So that's what you mean by impressions. Okay? Of course, viral impressions happen due to high engagement. Ano nga ba yung engagement? Okay, so engagement is the extent of a customer's attention and active involvement with the communication. Okay, ito yung nagre-refer to doon sa number of shares, likes, replies, comments, saves, okay, di ba? Link clicks and profile clicks your content has actually received. Okay, so yun yung engagement, di ba? Yung minsan dumadaan sa timeline nyo video. Okay, it is an impression na, di ba? Na-view mo na yung communication, na-view mo na yung ad. Okay, so pag nakalagay dun sa, dumaan sa timeline mo, nakalagay sponsored, it means it is paid. It is a paid impression. Ibig sabihin, tinarget ka ni company para makita mo yung ad nila. But when you don't see paid, pero naka-check lang, official company web page, Facebook page, okay, so ibig sabihin, it's organic. Dumaan lang aksidente sa timeline mo. Probably shared by someone you know, by your friend, or may nag-like, public setting, etc. But it's organic. Okay? So yung engagement mo, will you like? Will you also share? Will you reply? Will you comment? Okay, yun yung engagement. Okay? So don't get confused between the two. Yung impression, nakita mo si communication, yung engagement, what will you do after you see this communication? Will you not react dead man? No reaction. Then it becomes ineffective kasi hinayaan mo lang. Hindi effective sa'yo yung campaign. But when you do something, it becomes effective. Okay? When we talk about engagement rate, simple lang naman yung computation. It is the number of engagements divided by the number of impressions or reach. Reach is also impression. Okay, but it is called as unique. Why? It is unique in such a way that the number of individual users who have seen your content. Ibig sabihin, on the individual level ka na. Kasi sa impression, okay, hindi mo pa talaga ganun na-identify on the individual level. But sinabi mong reach, okay, unique impressions na siya. Na-categorize mo na saan galing to na geographical area, for example. Anong age nito? Okay, so that's what you mean by unique impressions. Okay? Next, value and satisfaction. Okay, when we say value and meron pala akong nakalimutan. Wait lang. This one. Okay, I want to share with you this positive reinforcement cycle of social media. So you'll know kung ano ba yung mga impressions na yan, engagement na yan, okay? Again, as I mentioned kanina, in this difficult time, most companies are resorting to digital marketing, are using social media platforms to reach, to communicate their value, okay? To deliver, even to deliver their value. Okay, so ano tinatawag natin positive reinforcement cycle of social media? First, your followers improve your impression. Okay, for example, meron ka ng social media, for example, sa'yo na lang, sa atin na lang, sa Facebook level na lang. Mayroon tayo, kunwari, napakarami nating friends. Okay, 2,000 friends. For example, you have 2,000 friends. Okay, once you post something, since may followers ka na, nag-i-improve na yung impressions, nag-i-improve na yung chances na makita ng iba yung post mo, yung content mo, right? Okay, so when this happens, it drives engagement. Ibig sabihin, since marami na nakakita, marami na mag-share, marami na magla-like, marami na mag-comment. And when this happens, it extends your reach. Ibig sabihin, yung friend ng friend mo, hindi mo pa friend, o di ba, ang gulo. Okay, so a friend of your friend, so your ad, your comment, kasi ni-like ng friend mo. Okay, so it becomes parang domino effect na. Okay, you extend your reach na. And then finally, once it happens, you increase your followers. Kaya nga, di ba tayo minsan, nagla-like tayo ng page, nagpa-follow tayo. Ito yung positive reinforcement cycle sa social media. Kaya natin pinalo yung page na yon, it's something happened. It's probably because, okay, napanood natin, may nakita tayo, may impression, nag-engage tayo, bago tayo, natuluyan naman follow. Okay, so that's what you mean by positive reinforcement cycle of social media. Okay, let's go to the next one, value and satisfaction. When we say value and satisfaction, we talk about value is a central marketing concept. Of course, ito na yung dinidiscuss natin during the lesson ng mantra of marketing. It is primarily, so ano nga ba yung value? Primarily a combination siya ng quality, service, and price. Ibig sabihin, QSP, okay, this is what you call the customer value triad. Quality, service, and price, QSP. Okay, so value perceptions, nag-i-increase siya sa quality and service. Pag maganda si quality, maganda si service. Pero nagdi-decrease siya sa price. Okay? Not necessarily, not say, kaya nga may mga tinatawag tayong niche market, but the concept of value is there. Okay? When we say satisfaction, okay, it reflects your judgment na of a product's perceived performance concerning expectations. Take note of the word perceived. Ibig sabihin, okay, consumers may be satisfied, okay, but it doesn't mean that that product was able to meet their needs probably. It's because nandun na kasi rin yung brand. Okay? It follows na. So that's what you mean by satisfaction. Okay? Next, if the performance falls short of your expectations, the customer is disappointed. Definitely. But if it matches expectations, the customer is satisfied. Ganun lang naman yung logic ng satisfaction, di ba? If it exceeds them, again, the customer is delighted. And this is the highest level of customer satisfaction that you should always try to achieve. Hindi naman palagi, pero eventually dapat dumating kayo sa point na nade-delight na si customers. Na kahit na ang tagal niya nang bumibili ng product mo, parang sa magrelasyon lang yan, di ba? Kahit matagal na, okay, continue to delight your partner. The same goes for marketers to your customers. Hindi porket 10 years mo na siyang retailer or wholesaler, okay, you remember ha, hindi lang naman si end users yung customers mo. The intermediaries, customers mo rin yan. Okay? Hindi porket 10 years mo na siyang karelasyon sa business, hindi ka na mag-attempt, okay, to do something to delight them. Okay? Next, supply chain. Well, supply chain, meron kayong different course, different subject for supply chain. It's a broad topic, but supply chain is a channel that stretches from raw materials to components to finished products carried to final buyers. Yung parang saan dumadaan bago nakakapag-produce si manufacturer, si company ng product na gagamitin ni consumers. Ito yung function ng supply chain. They are making sure, kaya may tinatawag tayong marketing management, you are in charge of marketing. Supply chain, you make sure na yung minamarket ko naman makakarating kay customers. Baka naman market ako ng market, pero yung supply chain department ng company nyo hindi nagtatrabaho, then what will happen? Gastos ka ng gastos, wala pala yung stock. Hindi pala nakarating, or nag-under forecast pala, or nag-over forecast pala. Yun yung trabaho, yun yung job responsibilities ng supply chain planners. Okay? Next will be competition. Okay, when we say competition, well, obviously it includes all the actual and potential rival offerings and substitutes a buyer might consider. Okay, so kung ako si buyer, hindi lang direct competitors mo, pwede kong i-consider yung substitute. What do we mean by substitutes? Okay, pumunta ako sa isang grocery store, wala yung hinahanap ko na I'm planning to cook something. Okay? So wala yung ingredient na hinahanap ko. Okay, what can I do? So, hindi na ako pwedeng makapaghintay kasi it's planned na. Okay, so I may opt to buy something as a substitute na pwede ko pa rin namang maluto yung plano kong gawin. Okay? Doesn't necessarily mean, for example, sugar. Walang sugar, honey ang ginamit ko. That's a substitute. Okay, so that's what you mean by competition. Meron kang tinatawag na direct competitors and indirect competitors. Okay? Next will be marketing environment. Okay, so marketing environment, meron tayong tinatawag na micro and macro. I'm sure you're familiar now with this one. Micro environment or task environment includes the actors engaged in producing, distributing, and promoting your offering. It will include the internal players, di ba? The company, suppliers, your customers, your competitors, your distributors, and so forth. For the macro environment, it is the broad environment. It is outside your circle, external. Okay, it consists of 6 components: demographic environment, economic, social, cultural, natural environment, technological, and political, legal environment. Ito yung tinatawag nating PESTEL. Ay, pag sinabi nating PESTEL analysis, ibig sabihin na analyze mo yung political, economic, social, cultural, okay, technological, environment, and legal aspects ng business mo, ng environment, okay, outside your business. Okay, so that's what we mean by micro and macro environment. Okay, that contributes to the decision-making processes of marketers. Okay, next. Natapos na tayo dun sa core concepts ng core marketing concepts. Let's go to the new marketing realities. Eh, pag sinabi natin new marketing realities, we just want to emphasize how the marketplace changed from what it used to be a decade ago. It has become entirely different. Why? Okay, so before kasi simple lang. Okay, we have a marketplace. Sabi nga natin, discuss natin, di ba? Marketplaces, and meta-market. Okay, nandun yung physical store. Okay? But over time, okay, nagkaroon na ng major and interlinking societal forces. Okay? So, these societal forces, okay, have created complex challenges for marketers. Okay? Kaya, nagkaroon na ng new marketing behaviors, opportunities, and challenges. Okay, so these challenges, okay, that marketers had to face, hindi lang naman downside. Nagkaroon din ng positive side. They were able to generate a new set of capabilities to help them cope and respond to the changing time, to help them do more. Okay, so ano tong mga societal forces na nag-affect dun sa original na marketplace natin? It can be, of course, the network information technology, globalization, diba? What else? Retail transformation, consumer buying power. Siyempre, dati kasi ang consumers, kung ano na lang makita nila, mabilis lang ma-convince na yun, very intelligent na. Very, discerning na. Okay? Consumer resistance, pag ayaw, diba? Okay. So, yun yung mga naka-affect. And then, ano naman yung what did it allow? Okay? Siyempre, nag-adjust si marketers, they were able to do more. Marketers can now use the internet as a powerful information and sales channel. Okay? Marketers were able to tap into social media to amplify brand knowledge. By marketers, companies can now facilitate and speed up internal communication among their employees, di ba? By using the internet. Okay? They can also improve na their cost efficiency through their skillfulness. So, ang dami ng capabilities. So, ito yung new marketing realities in this present time. Okay? Next. Let's go to company orientation toward the marketplace. When we say company orientations, we're talking about 5 concepts here. Yung first 4, the traditional concepts, okay? Production concept, ito yung consumers' favorite products that are available and highly affordable. The company is focused on the quantity. Dito nag-aano yung maramihang production. Okay? In China, diba? Mass production sila lagi. Okay, so that's production concept. Okay, product concept, it improves production. Siyempre, the more you produce, the better yung quantity mo. And distribution, ibig sabihin, mas marami kang matatap na channels, distribution channels. But when we say product concept, you're more like focused on the quality, performance, and innovative features ng product mo. Okay, kasi yun yung pinifavor ni consumers. Focus ka sa product, not just sa production. What else? Selling concept. Okay, what is an example ng product concept? Well, ito yung mga tinatawag nating niche market. Okay, you can include in your list the luxury brands probably. Okay, they focus on quality. They are not targeting to produce as many luxury bags as they can. They want to make sure that they are meeting the needs of their customers in terms of quality, performance, and features. Selling concept, ito yung hindi mo mabibili not unless may sales push kagaya ng insurance, diba? Okay, so consumers will buy products only the company promotes or sells this product. Next one will be marketing concept. Okay, kaya nga balik tayo sa selling concept. One of the most common ngayon, online selling, di ba? Hindi naman malalaman ng kaibigan mo or ng kapitbahay mo na nagtitinda ka, okay? Not unless you sell them. Uy, baka ka gusto mo, best, bili ka naman ito, di ba? 3 for 1,000, o di ba? Ano kaya yung binibili mo na yan na 3 for 1,000? So that's what you mean by selling concept. When we say marketing concept, it focuses on needs and wants of target markets and deliver satisfaction better than competitors. So if you are employing the marketing concept, hindi ka nagpo-focus sa number of quantity, sa number of products that you can produce. Hindi ka nagpo-focus sa quantity, sorry. Hindi ka rin masyado nagpo-focus sa quality pa. Okay? Okay, you don't intend to sell it personally, but you focus on the needs and wants target market. And dun sa needs and wants ng target market, kasama na dun yung quality. Do you get me? Nag-i-integrate din eventually, okay? And then you deliver, you want to satisfy the customers better than your competitors. Why? Para makuha mo sila, para bibili na lang sila sa'yo instead sa competitors. That's what you mean by marketing concept. And holistic, it is based on the development, design, and implementation of marketing programs, processes, and activities. Holistic marketing recognizes and reconciles the scope and complexities of marketing activities. Okay, so the figure that you can see on your screen provides an overview of the components characterizing holistic marketing. Let's start first with relationship marketing. When we say relationship marketing, this component aims to build mutually satisfying long-term relationships with key constituents. Sino naman yung key constituents na yon? They are the customers, channels, and your partners, di ba? Why do you do that? Because you want to earn and retain the business, di ba? Examples of relationship marketing would include yung mga referral programs nyo, customer-driven content, Facebook Live. Okay, so those are examples of relationship marketing. Next will be integrated marketing. When we say integrated marketing, this occurs when the marketer devises marketing strategies and assembles marketing programs to create products and services, okay, communicate, and deliver value through various distribution channels for consumers such that the whole, okay, is greater than the sum of its parts. Okay, so that's what you mean by integrated marketing. Kino-consider mo all three parts. Okay? So that's integrated. And when we say internal marketing, this is the task of hiring, training, and motivating employees, able and qualified employees who want to serve customers well. Bakit siya pumasok sa holistic marketing? Remember, if your employees, okay, do not believe in your product, it will be difficult for them to do their task well. But if they love the company, if they love their product, if they believe that the product can actually help them achieve their own goals, then it's internal marketing. Kasi ini-encourage mo sila to perform well, to do their best. Okay? Next will be performance marketing. When we say performance marketing, this requires, okay, understanding of the financial and the non-financial returns to business and society from your marketing activities and programs. You don't just analyze the sales revenue. You also focus on brand and consumer equity. Okay, on top of that, okay, you also consider the legal, ethical, social, and environmental effects of your marketing activities. Kaya nga meron tayong tinatawag na corporate social responsibility. So dito siya pumapasok sa performance marketing. Okay, so those are the components characterizing holistic marketing. Given that we have discussed holistic marketing, before meron tayong 4 Ps. Product, place, promotion, price. Marketing mix or the 4 Ps. Okay, but if we update this 4 Ps, this marketing mix, to reflect the holistic marketing concept, we arrive at the modern marketing management 4 Ps. Okay, modern marketing management. Okay, it encompasses, this mix encompasses modern marketing realities. People, okay, you talk about internal marketing and employees here. Processes, you talk about the creativity, discipline, and structure brought to marketing management. Programs, you talk about the firm's consumer-directed activities. And performance as in holistic marketing. Okay, so from product, place, promotion, price under modern marketing management, the marketing mix now becomes people, processes, programs, and performance. Last but not the last talaga. Okay, last na talaga. Okay, so the market to summarize, the marketing management task would include developing marketing strategies and plans, capturing marketing insights, connecting with customers, building strong brands, shaping the market offerings, delivering value, communicating value, and creating successful long-term growth. This task, Okay, this will be the content of our course for the rest of the semester. So, yung developing, how do we develop marketing? That's our next lesson actually, developing marketing strategies and plans. Then we go to how do we capture marketing insights? Dito na pumapasok yung market research. How do we connect with customers? Okay, there are a lot of strategies, okay, to connect to your customers. Okay, so we'll do that. We connecting with customers means creating long-term loyalty relationships. Okay, next, how do you build strong brands? Okay, you can actually, when we say building strong brands, we talk about creating brand equity, di ba? You talk about crafting your brand positioning, okay? You talk about competitive dynamics, okay? And when we say shaping the market offerings, okay, you talk about setting the product strategy. Dito na pumapasok yung designing, managing your services. Okay, what else? You develop your pricing strategies and programs. Ito na yon, yung shaping the market offerings. When we say delivering value, okay, you design and manage integrated IMC, integrated marketing channels. Okay, you manage, okay, delivery. Dito papasok si how do you manage your retailers, your wholesalers, diba? The logistics aspect of your business. And when you say communicating value, okay, how do you design and manage integrated marketing communications? How do you manage mass communications? How do you manage advertising, sales promotions, events and experiences, and public relations? Dito na yon, papasok communicating value. And finally, when you talk about creating successful long-term growth, okay, how do you, parang magkaroon ng growth, syempre hindi naman forever na yun lang yung ino-offer nyo. How do you introduce new market offerings? How do you tap into global markets? Diba? And finally, how do you manage a holistic marketing organization for the long run? So marketing management is a very broad course that hopefully, kaya sinimulan muna natin sa core marketing concepts para alam nyo pa lang as early as now, ano yung mga pinag-uusapan natin. Okay, hindi lang marketing kasi parang minsan ang ano ng student pag marketing, wala. Ano lang yan kasi parang promotion. Marketing is not that. Okay, it involves a lot of things that I have been repeating to you. Okay, so hopefully you have learned something today. And I hope you can check out the materials that I will upload sa Google Classroom. If not, if your phone hindi kaya, send me a private message where I can send to your email kung anong link or anong file yung kailangan nyo. Okay, so again, stay safe for now and I'll see you on our next online session.